My name's Charlotte Richmond. I'm the talent manager for aiimi. My role is really focusing on getting our jobs out there to as wide and diverse a pool of candidates as possible. Taking people through the steps of our interview process, working with people to get offers out to them, onboarding, and keeping people happy once they join the company. I'm just going to see if I can share my screen. Hopefully you can all see this. So going with the theme, I wanted to talk about challenging yourself when applying for jobs. Let me just see if it's going to... Yay. The first thing that I always think of is, do you need to meet 100% of the criteria when you apply for a job? And there's some really interesting statistics about this. So on average, men will apply for a role when they meet around 40% of the criteria, whereas women tend to apply only if they feel they meet 100% of the criteria. And that is a huge difference. And I think it can be quite limiting, especially when we're looking at a technical role or company which is already predominantly male, for women trying to break into this industry or return to the industry. So I just wanted to challenge people, and women especially don't need to meet 100% of the criteria, and here's why. A job spec is essentially a wish list. It's a hiring manager or a team putting down everything they want to have within their team and within that role. But it can become quite a cumbersome document, and it will have all sorts of things on there. And to find someone who meets all of the criteria is sometimes near on impossible. And I know because I search for people day in, day out. And I wanted to show you some examples, and I'm going to use aiimi roles and our website and our careers page to show you this. This is, to make sure, a data consultant role. Now for us, this is a bit more of a generic position. Our data team covers 4 key areas, and what we've actually done with the job spec, and you can see here, is we've listed them all out. So data science, data analysis, data acquisition, engineering, and data visualization. It's a pretty long wish list of skills, technologies, experience. And I actually think that could be quite off-putting if someone was to come and have a look at this, especially if they're already feeling like they have to meet 100% of the criteria. That's just going to be physically impossible. What you often find is with a job spec like this, the team is actually looking to have an overall, the whole team will meet all of this criteria. So a team of 5 as opposed to 1 individual. That's not really clear when you look at it. In comparison to that, we've got a full stack developer role, which is a lot shorter. It's broken down with what the role will see you doing, what's essential experience is, and what are beneficial to the role. So hopefully that's breaking it down already, so people can look at it and be like, okay, so I'm hitting most of these. Some of these I've got, or I'm willing. Hopefully it's already breaking down those barriers that you don't have to meet 100% of the criteria. And this is where it comes to challenging, and I want you to choose to challenge yourself when applying for roles. Focus on the skills you do have, not the ones that you feel you don't, because you're never going to find a role where you meet 100% of the criteria, so you're just going to be doing yourself a disservice. Consider the transferable skills that you will bring to the role. It might be that you've worked with React and the role is asking you for Angular. I'm not a technical person, but I'm told that actually they interact quite nicely, and if you've got experience in one, you can upskill in the other. If applicable, use a portfolio to share your skills and abilities. And I echo everything that Shana just said. You know, we get CVs through and it's like a couple of pages. A portfolio or a web page can be so much more than that, and you can really show off your skills. And that's what you need to do. Don't be afraid to show off and be like, look at me, this is what I can do. Aren't I amazing? Of course you want to hire me. And research the company values. Do they align to yours? You don't have to add value through your technical skills alone. You can add value in so many ways. And if one of your key values is that you're a quick learner, talk about that. Talk about the fact that you have those transferable skills and you're keen to learn on the job, and you'll put the extra effort in to learn as you need to. I think that was everything. That was a nice quick one from me. If there's any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Char. Thank you so much for your time. And I do really agree. I run a coding group, and that is one thing that we kind of put ourselves out of applications before we've even sort of started. So to run through that, it is a wish list is a really good point, actually. Is there any questions? I know you're recruiting at the moment.
Yes.
Best place to go is the website.
Yeah, the aiimi careers page. I'll put a link to that onto the chat.
Thank you. And as I say that.
Sorry, I was going to say, even if we haven't got roles live on the website right now, we've got a lot coming up. So feel free to get in touch speculatively as well.
And I was just about to say, aiimi really is a community sort of company. I know you've been involved in a lot of projects already in just a few months, even online at a distance. And hopefully, Shana, I know you're looking at working with sharing some of your technical skills as well. So I can see this being on a long-term basis that we can build up. And if you haven't got the skills yet, it's going to different places and learning how you get those skills so that we can work for companies like aiimi. So I really do appreciate your time, Char.
Thank you.